action.
Hi, we're going to take a look at doing some Google Docs. So if you need help just adding some extra touches to our Google Docs. But before we do that, we have to make sure we're in Google Documents. So right now, I see my Google homepage and it has a fun little picture. I have to make sure I'm signed in, so make sure that you sign in so that your account is showing. Mine is showing. I can see that my name is here. So you have to go to this little button right here. It kind of looks like a array, 3 by 3, so 9 square boxes. And you click on that, and once you click on it, your drive should pop up, and you want to go to this button right here. And click on your drive. And mine's a little slow because I'm at home. My internet's slow. Slower than at school. Anyway, I see all my documents here. Some are named, some are not named. I have this untitled document here, which I'm going to use for an example to kind of show you how to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to click on this, and the first thing I noticed, it was kind of hard to find because it really didn't have a name. It has a name right here, but not when I was searching for it. So what I can do is I can go to my file button and I can hit rename it, and you can kind of see, oh, it automatically renamed to my future dreams, and that's good for me. So I'm just gonna rename it that. Pretty simple. Now I've got a lot of red lines, which means, or this person does, this is a total fictional character. So I need a spell check. Now everything I'm going to do in my Google Docs, I'm going to make sure I'm doing on this toolbar right here and not up here. This is not good. This is good. And I need to get rid of these underlines. It means I made a mistake. So just like in Microsoft Word, I'm sure you're used to that. You had tools, you have it here too, where we can go to spelling. We can look at spelling, and it says weather. They want me to change it to this, and that is actually the word I'm looking for. So I always tell you in class, I'm not your dictionary, because you have a dictionary in Google Docs. It's great. Um, it's not like the hokey pokey hokey player, it's hockey, and they've suggested for me, so I'm changing it to that. I did a typo. I do them all the time. I added 2 T's to it. I know how to spell the word it, but sometimes when you're typing fast, it just happens. So I'm going to change that to where it's supposed to be. Elementary needs to be a Terry, not a Teary. So we'll change there. And patents, it looks like they are saying it's patents and it should be patience. So patience, just change it. And it says versus, you know what? I'm going to ignore that because that's what I want it to be. And I'm done. So now you can see that clean that up. So it looks pretty good. The next thing I notice is that I have paragraphs, but I really can't tell that they're paragraphs. So I'm going to take and I'm going to click on the first line, and I'm going to hit the tab key, which is the first key, or the key on the same row as the QWER. So I'm going to hit tab, and that's going to indent that. It's going to make it look a whole lot better. I'm kind of cleaning it up here, tabbing away. So I can tell when my new ideas happen. Each paragraph is about one separate main idea. So I want to make sure that that's clear by having my tabs. Okay, the other thing I notice is it's not really jazzed up. It looks kind of blah, kind of plain. So I'm going to take this title out, and I'm going to insert word art. I showed you this before, but we'll do it again. When we want to do that, we want to actually go to insert, and we want to go to drawing. I know it seems weird, but you can go to drawing, and you gotta wait for it to pop up. Mine's a little bit slow. There we go. And you want to go where it says actions and then hit on word art. Now here you just type out what you want to type out, and it won't show word art right away, but I'm going to type out my future dreams. There it is. And I want to capitalize any major words. And obviously the start of a sentence in future dreams is kind of big. So I'm going to hit enter. Don't hit save and close because that's not what you want to do yet because you're not done. So you hit enter to save it, and it's going to pop up right here. We showed you this in class, and it's still kind of blah. I can make it a little bit better. I can change my fill color by using the paint bucket. I could take, I like pink. I'm gonna do pink. This is John Doe. Maybe I should change it to Jane Doe. And I'm going to do, this is my outline. So I just did my paint bucket, which did my inside. Now I'm gonna do my outside with my outline. And I like a nice, don't be picky. This is where I have trouble. Purple? Sure. Can't really see it, so I can make it thicker by just going to the next one and seeing when it gets too thick. And that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So now I can hit save and close, and that's going to pop that in. Hey, it looks a million times better already. So now I can move it. I can break the text when I want to move it. That will just allow me to move it around here. Now this really makes my title look, or my byline look pretty bad. So I'm going to delete that. Now I'm going to do it again. Insert drawing. And I'm going to go to actions and do some word art. And I'm going to put by, it's not mine, so I'm not going to take credit for it. I'm going to put Jane, Jane Doe. And remember, don't hit save and close because you're not done. You have to hit enter to save. And again, it's plain, my byline shouldn't be as big as my title, so I'm going to make it a little smaller by just dragging the corners up a little bit here. Yeah, I'll know it when I see it, and maybe scrunching it up a little bit. That's okay. Go to my paint bucket if I'm looking on the inside, and mine was pink last time, so maybe I just want to do the opposite. I want to do purple, and then my line color I want to make pink, and it will be a nice contrast. And do my lines, try 3. 3 is maybe too thick, so I'm going to go back to 2. That looks good. Save and close it. That looks a nice little contrast. Now I want to break the text so I can move it. There we go. That looks good. Now I can change this. I can leave it black if I want to leave it black. I could change the color if I highlight it. I can make it bold up here. I can change the text color. Let's do that first. I'm going to change it to purple. I want to change it to something I can read. See, if I go yellow, I'm not going to really be able to read that. So that's going to kill me. So I'm going to go nice purple here. And I might want to do a different one here. Maybe a blue because I can read it. And so forth. You don't have to change the color. It's just something that you can do. So I'm going to stop right there. It already looks a little bit better. Now I can spice it up more. I can add some images. Images will always make it just pop a little bit more, especially when we're in the publishing. So I'm going to go here, insert image. Now I'm going to have a few options that pop up. My albums pop up. Well, you're on your computer, so we don't have to worry about that. I can take a snapshot. You can see I'm talking to you here, so my camera, I'll see if it lets me because I'm kind of using it. It says, okay, allow. We should allow Google Docs to use that. Let's see if it works. There you see, I'm right here now. And I'll close this. Hi guys, I'm right here. I'm ready to take a picture. I can take a snapshot. I'm still over here, but I'm gonna pause because they're using it here. So I can take a snapshot. And there we go. And I can select it. And now it's uploading it. I kind of look funny, but it is 9:30 at night and I'm doing schoolwork, so it's been a long day. There we go. I'm still recording. I wonder why my webcam isn't working, but that's okay. And now I can drag the corners. Oh, we're not going to do that. Drag that back. Sometimes I drag the wrong corner, and that's okay if you do that. So, okay, hit on that, I select that. Now I'll be able to drag it a whole lot better. Bam, and I'm going to break the text. Now I can drag it anywhere I want. We are talking about me, so or, Jane Doe. This is Jane Doe. Wrap the text. Now it lets me move it. I'm breaking the text all over the place. I probably don't want to put it in the middle of a paragraph. I kind of want to probably put it off to the side and up really high. I even want to go here. Let's see how that would look like. And I can click my picture. And it looks like my paragraph is different because I put myself there. So that's how you insert an image. Okay, so not only can you insert your own images right here, like we just did, but you can also search for images without, what I like about Google Docs is you don't have to even leave the document like you would in Microsoft Word. Then you have to drag it to your desktop, put it in your student folder, file insert it. You totally don't have to do that. That's why bells and whistles are fun with Google Docs. Lots of fun with Google Docs. So if I want to just insert a different image, I'm just going to kind of click somewhere else and insert an image again. And last time I did with my take a snapshot, and we're not going to do that now because I just did that. And we're going to go to just your search. So if I hit search, this is what pops up, and I'm searching in Google. I can search in other things, but I'm going to search in Google because I'm a Googler. I'm a total into Google. So I want to be a hockey player, and let's just say hockey player, this person does. And I'm going to do clip art. I just know I get a safe search when I put in clip art. I'm going to get cartoon, so I always use clip art. And I'm going to search, and it's going to tell me, and here they come, very slowly but surely. So I have some things right here, and I'm going to just kind of look at what they give me. It doesn't really look cartoony, but oh well, there's North Dakota. And there's a nice little picture. I can just hit him. And I can say select it, and I can be done. And once I do that, it's somewhere, it's coming up. Wow, that's really big, and I don't wanna that big. So before I drag it and do that, I'm gonna go down here and make sure I select it the right way. So this comes up. I'm gonna break text, that way it's just easier to move. Then I move it around. And sometimes it disappears on me, and that's fine. Let's make it smaller so it's a little easier to work with. And I just have to keep pushing my arrows. And I eventually get it to where I want to get it. And it looks like it disappeared, but it didn't. It just moved around here. And now I can, if I wrap my text, I like wrapping the text better. And I can move it down here, just wrap my words around it. It's totally cool. So my paragraph looks kind of funny, but it has a picture in it, so I think it actually looks neat. So there I have a couple images. It already looks better. And the other thing is, if you're not really filling your font right now, you can always highlight it like you did on Word. Bam. And you can change the size. I wouldn't go much bigger than 18. I mean, look how big 18 is. That's a little bit too big for my taste. I was on 13, so I'm going to go to 14. Actually really like 13. I should have changed it, but I did. Let's see what 12 looks like. A little small, of course. 13 is perfect, so we'll go back. Just have to readjust that. Maybe I don't want this font. I want Comic Sans. Looks good. You can even do things such as, I'll move this image. Yeah, probably didn't really do much, but you can even do this thing as highlight if you want to highlight. You can have some highlighter. Here's it says my text color, but if you go over here into the little caret there, it will say text is purple. You see the check box. If you want to highlight it and make it yellow, see what that does. There we go. Now we can use yellow. I have people who like to highlight all the time. Don't make it too, what's the word for it? Too busy. Too busy. This might be too busy for me, so I might want to take that highlight off, and if I do, I just go back to none. It was fun to play around with that. There we go. So I added some bells and whistles, I added some pictures, I added clip art, I added my name in word art and my title in word art, I gave it some color, I made sure I spell checked it. That's a pretty good first document for our first writing piece. We'll learn more about Google Docs as we go in the year, but this is pretty much what we need to know right now. If you're lucky, I'll do a bonus right after this. Bonus, bonus, bonus. Here's our bonus. So this tool will help you a little bit. It's not going to do your whole assignment for you, but if you're running low on time, it might make things faster. But you are going to have to, fair warning, add punctuation yourself. You might have to go back and add some tabs, make new paragraphs. It's just going to type what you say. So you have to be really careful on making sure that you're typing exactly what you want to say and not maybe talking to your dog or your baby and stopping what you're doing, especially if you're at home doing this. So I have to make sure I'm in a room by myself and I'm just going to talk on my document. You're probably like, whoa, this is kind of cool, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So let me show you. You go to Tools, and right down here it says Voice Typing. I was intrigued by this. I've never heard of voice typing. We didn't have those kinds of things when I was going to school. So I clicked on it. All right. Now I'm going to click to speak. So this is where I have to stop talking to you and just talk to my document. So if I start talking to you, it's going to type what I'm saying to you. And I don't want that in my document. I want to show you how to use this. So I'm going to click right here, click to speak, and it's going to be totally about my made up hopes and dreams, which y'all know my hopes and dreams are to become a teacher, and I'm living that dream every day. So this is just my fictional character, Jane Doe, and her hopes and dreams. And she's a little behind on typing because she missed a couple days of school, so she's got to speed it up a little bit. Or maybe she slammed her finger in her neighbor's desk. Zoe, I hope that finger is okay so that you can type. But if you can't, this might be good for you to use if you're having trouble still. So let's take a look at it. Okay, click in to speak, and then again, I'm not going to be speaking to you guys. Nope. Click to speak. My hopes and dreams are to become a doctor. Period. I'd really like to become a doctor to help people. Period. I know that I'm going to have to work really hard in school. Period. I'm going to have to get good grades. Period. I'm also going to have to volunteer in my community to build up my resume. Period. So I just stop it when I'm done typing and you can see, hey, it doesn't look so bad, but it doesn't have bells and whistles. It looks pretty plain, so I can tab. I can make my font a little bit bigger because it's 11. I could make it a different color. It's pretty plain right now. Blue, add a highlight, yellow. Oh, that made that yellow. I clicked the wrong button. Blue. Now add a highlight, yellow. It looks a little better. And it didn't make any spelling checks. So this was your bonus clip. You can play around with that, especially if you need to. Google Docs is amazing. And we're going to learn all about it this year so that when you go to the middle school, you know all about Google Docs. I can't teach you. I always say Rome wasn't built in a day. So we'll leave off here and you can be a sponge and soak it all in and try some of this on your own, especially when you get done typing your hopes and dreams. But don't make them plain. Now, some of you have already submitted your hopes and dreams, Google Classroom style. They were good. You had a lot of good things to say. But I think you can add some ding, 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 bells and whistles. Jazz it up a little bit. Add some more. A lot of kids, hey, I don't want to write more. My fingers hurt. Well, I just showed you. You don't have to type with these. Type how you talk. Magic. Magic pen? What's cooler, magic pen or voice typing? Now I'm just being silly. I'm out.